Oh, hello, and welcome to another Today's Decay, where we're celebrating versus beginnings of everything important since the dawn of time. December 29th edition, all day, from me to you. 1937 today, Barbara Steele was born. Quite the horror heroine. Films she was in include, but are not limited to, Black Sunday, Black Sabbath, Long Hair of Death, Nightmare Castle, Pit and the Pendulum, plenty more. She was even in the 90s, the Dark Shadows TV show with Stefan Girash, of all people. Yeah. Craziness. Yeah, great stuff. Nightmare Castle, if you haven't seen, was recently re-released by Severin Films, and it's like a whole new movie, because I feel like I historically always had like a public domain, really crap version of it, and love their reconstruction, remastering, whatever it is. I think there's a story there that I'm not telling properly, but yeah, Nightmare Castle is great. I'm recently decided I'm selling off all my film prints, and I had a Black Sunday Super 8 complete print a while ago, and was going through the piles of stuff I have and realizing that's not here anymore, and it feels really freeing to get rid of this stuff in a heartbreaking way, because I love the content, but I'll probably regret it later. But in the meantime, remembering, oh right, where was that print? I don't have it anymore. I sold it years ago. And for all these years, I haven't even noticed. Horrible to say. I will regret this moment, but yeah, I am selling off film prints. Film prints aplenty. Meanwhile, one film print I don't have is for Hunchback of Notre Dame, the 1939 version. That film premiered today, the Charles Laughton one, directed by William Dieterle. Great movie. This is, I feel like, my Hunchback, the one that I grew up on. For the longest time, I wasn't all that interested in the Lon Chaney Sr. one from 1923. Just felt very limiting as far as from a cinematic presentation, which is really just a matter of the time it was produced in. 1923, they were still dealing with just what a camera can or can't do. You don't really have fluid camera movements till Karl Freund's The Last Laugh, which is in Germany a year or two later, and then compounded by issues recording sound in the late 20s. You wind up having a real stilted film language. That's not the right term, but it's not Lon Chaney Sr.'s fault. That Lon Chaney performance is fantastic, and he's like a caged, defensive, wounded animal, while the Charles Laughton one feels like he's like a sad puppy, and it's 100% pathos the whole time, and it's a great movie. I love it. They're both excellent. Long story short, they're both excellent, but on December 29th, the day the 1939 version was released, maybe it's a good day to revisit the Charles Laughton masterpiece, right? Oh, and my point here is a photoplay novelization of the 1939 version right there for you to take home. Look, and on the back, you get some other options here, including Victory, which I keep talking about, I know. That's funny, because you see there's the Victory, and lo and behold, look what I got right here. Victory. And what is on the back of this one? Why, it's the Hunchback of Notre Dame. How is that for promotional genius? Yeah, good stuff. What is not featured on the dust jackets of either one of these photoplays, though, is quite not the book, as written by, I'm gonna pronounce his name wrong, I'm sorry for the 100th time, Lafcadio Hearn. How do you pronounce the C in Lafcadio. I don't know. Anyway, he was a cultural historian, is that the right term? Who collected a whole bunch of ghost stories, in this case, from Japan. And that is what you've got here in Kwaidan. The film premiered in 1964. This is a first printing from 1911? 1911. Beautiful stuff, huh? It says here, Kwaidan. Stories and studies of strange things. Lafcadio Hearn, lecturer of English literature in the Imperial University of Tokyo, Japan, 1896 to 1903. Honorary member of the Japan Society, London. And it is a really terrific collection of stories. It's like an anthology film of a series of Japanese ghost stories, all of like the weird, the uncanny. And I'd suggest it for sure. December 29th. All exciting things to spend your day doing. Or, you know, wake up, eat, work, eat again, go to sleep, repeat indefinitely. I guess that's your only other option, right? You can't do anything else whatsoever. Then watch a Barbara Steele movie, watch The Hunchback of Notre Dame, Charles Laughton edition, or read and or watch Kwaidan. December 29th, all day. From me to you, till tomorrow. Goodbye.